Hello and welcome to a TECHunplugged short take video that we're trying a new angle on what's going on in the IT industry, and from that perspective we're going to talk on things that happen in the industry. And today we're going to talk about Veeam acquiring Kasten. But first of all, let's introduce my co-host and my colleague and friend, Max Mortellaro. Max, please tell a little bit about yourself.
Hello, Ariane. Of course, it's always a pleasure to be here talking with you. And of course, Ariane is also my friend and my colleague and my co-host. So good to be here. With that, Ariane, you reached out today about these news. I wasn't aware of that. So what's your take on this acquisition?
I think it's a good acquisition from a Veeam perspective. We're seeing a lot of change in the industry. A lot of IT people are talking about Kubernetes and what it can do for organizations. And from that perspective, it's good to have a opportunity to really dive into how am I going to back up all that new stuff that's coming into the organization. A lot of people didn't think about that. Kasten IO did, and they developed a product that was really focused on backup and disaster recovery for that kind of environment. So Veeam, uh, we all know Veeam very well, and Veeam has always done a lot of good stuff on the virtualization part. Um, and I think if you look at it, this is one of those acquisitions that is really meaningful, at least for me. But maybe you can shine your light on it, Max, as well.
Yeah, of course. So obviously, I'm not the latest Kubernetes expert here around. It's not really been my 100% focus. But what I can say at least is looking at you said that Veeam is a known company for all of us. That's true. And if you look where they're coming from and where they're going, it's definitely an interesting take. So another thing is, does it plays with the change in ownership or the changes which happened recently? I think the Veeam was acquired itself some time ago, and we were seeing some kind of maybe more aggressive stance toward establishing themselves as one of the biggest leaders in the market. I'm not talking right now about market shares. That's not something I've been studying right now. But if you look at it, they've been coming from being an SMB company ages ago when they started to know supporting and being well established in the enterprise world, and now they're diving into the world of Kubernetes. So that's an interesting one. And maybe a comment as well. What is interesting is that when we started talking about containers 2, 3, 4 years ago, I can remember now, all was about how ephemeral the container is, and now it's all about data persistency. We want to make sure that the data which is in our containers, for good or bad, I'm not judging, but now we're talking about we need to back up the containers. Recently, I think last week, Pure Storage, they announced that they purchased, if I'm not mistaken, Portworx. And Portworx is also a company which is doing storage for containers. So, I mean, unless you disagree on that, there seems to be some consolidation going on here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like you already mentioned, there's a lot going on in the enterprise world, and the bigger companies acquiring the smaller companies to, at least buy into some of the Kubernetes things that, like we also seen with the virtualization world, right? There was a lot of takeovers when that happened, and it will be the same for with the Kubernetes world as well. So from that perspective, I really think that Veeam acquiring the Kasten IO portfolio is really a good one. Maybe we should dive into a couple of others as well, the takeovers. But for now, I think this is a good thing. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll be back again soon. Thank you.